First, the user must select the subject from here. We currently support these subjects for IGCSE. Next, let's say the user is starting to study. We will go into Plan. Then, for the subject the user wants to study, they need to rate their confidence for all chapters. For example, I've done a few for accounting, and now it will suggest me that the next chapter I should read for accounting is 2.2 Business Documents. Any chapters that are not in my portion can be marked as unset, which won't interfere with the algorithm. You can also set a date that you've last revised this chapter. Let's say I revised it last month. Whenever you study a chapter, let's say I did read this chapter and now I know it a bit better, so I can just update this rating, set it to today. So now, as you can see, it changed the recommended chapter. Now let's say this I actually didn't. I revised today, but I couldn't find it more easier, so I've just set the revision date. Now the next time I'm studying accounting, it will still ask me to study this chapter. Okay, ask doubts. This is based on your IGCSE syllabus. We support all these subjects. I'll show sample doubts for physics. There you go. It also makes a table for easier learning. There are also these modifiers that you can select. Let's say you wanted to give more examples or help you remember this or explain in simpler words. You can also ignore the IGCSE syllabus if you want. You can directly create flashcards from this answer like this. I'll come to this later. You can also attach images if you want. Take a photo and choose from gallery. You can add symbols like this. Retry. There are prompting tips and a usage guide over here. Past paper explainer. This is one of our users' favorite features. You just simply upload a picture of a question and the mark scheme and we'll explain it for you. Okay, so let's say the user is finding this question difficult. We'll just take a photo of this, paste the image. We'll grab a photo of the mark scheme, just making sure. You can enter your questions over here. Now you can just go ahead and click Explain Answer. Here you go, this gives you an explanation about this, and if you have any follow-up questions, you can ask it over here. For example, you can ask any follow-up questions like this. Flashcards. Flashcards are very useful for studying. It's way more effective than using notes. It will help you put information out of your brain and revise concepts easily. We have a new feature known as Interactive Learn, so you just select the topic you want to study. Let's say we'll start with business and people in business. So now it starts this interactive study mode, where one by one it will keep asking you questions. Let's say, what is the motivation? Let's say motivation is the willingness. As you can see, it checks your answer. It gives you a correct answer and also tells you where you go wrong. For example, and also gave me an acronym to remember this. Direction, reward, involvement, value, effort. Motivation refers to, you can continue doing this for each question. It also gives you a rating of your knowledge. For example, this will vary between easy, good, and hard. So let's say I click on Don't Know for this. Now if I just go back, as you can see, this question was marked as hard because I said don't know, and this was marked as good. Later before an exam, you can just go ahead and filter these from here. For example, this. You can also mark flashcards as important if you want. This will just make it easier for your last-minute revision. Practice flashcards is the same thing as Interactive Learn, but it's without the chat feature. As you can see, you can try different flashcards, give a rating upon depending on your understanding. You can also type an answer to test your knowledge. You can report an error in the flashcard, and you can also use our Explain flashcard features. This will just give you a detailed breakdown about the flashcard and some advice to remember it. It also outlines potential confusion, so it strengthens your understanding. Topic-wise questions. We provide topic-wise questions for almost all IGCSE topics. These are the topics we have. Let's say we want to study IG accounts. As you can see, each question is categorized depending on the topic, and we also have a mark scheme accompanying this. You can try any other subject too. You can also try some other subjects like chemistry, and let's say I'm studying electrolysis. I'll just open the question paper and the mark scheme, and here you go. The grayed out questions are the questions that might not be a part of this subtopic. You can always reach out to us, join our Discord server, follow us on Instagram, and message us on WhatsApp. This is our number for support. You can check out our mobile apps right here. They are currently in beta, but it can be downloaded via test flight for iOS and on the Play Store for Google. You can contact us for more details.